So if you would just start with your name and title and affiliation.
Sure, I'm Gary Marchant, a Lincoln Professor of Emerging Technologies, Law and Ethics at Senator D. O'Connor College of Law at Arizona State.
So you were on our panel this morning. Would you tell me one thing that you learned from the panel or were surprised by?
Yeah, I mean, so one is just, how so many of the issues of artificial intelligence in these different sectors, we had legal practice, we had autonomous cars, we had military, are addressing these same issues of reliability, how much do we count on them, do we have humans in the loop, are all looking at it in these different contexts. And my response was, it's different in each context. I want a person in the military, maybe I don't in doing a legal research. And so the same issue in different contexts, and I came out differently on where I would vote for.
And I also overheard at one point today you mentioned the idea of if you were to build a new law school from scratch, focused on law and technology cross sections. Right. Can you sketch for me, what would that look like to build a law school from scratch? What would it need to do?
Yeah, so it'd be a completely different curriculum, right? In terms of, things like constitutional law, torts, many of the areas we teach in traditional law school that our law students need and benefit from. I think there's a lot of students who wouldn't need that, or certainly could have it combined in a lot more different combinations, but really need, to learn technology. But also, if you talk to technology companies right now, they need people who understand ethics and philosophy. And so to create this new curriculum that doesn't start where we start with law schools, where you just sort of tinker with these courses that have been there for 100 years, but just rewrite it from scratch, have a little bit of legal doctrine, but technology, ethics, integrating those in an experimental, creative way. And it'd be fascinating to see what comes out of that and how those students do.
At the same time, I think this is exciting, the spirit of creativity. At the same time, in the very first panel this morning, we had a lot of conversation about torts and who sues who if a driverless car runs over somebody. And the First Amendment when you're regulating data. And so it'd be, I don't know if we could do away with those fields, but we might have to turn them on their head and start from...
Or not necessarily teach them in the same structure we have now, these separate courses, but, have a case on a class on the car, a class on a computer, that's integrating these different legal doctrines. I mean, when you're a lawyer out there practicing for a client, you're working for General Motors, you're not dealing as a tort lawyer, you're dealing with all these different things and you're trying to integrate it. Maybe that's how we should teach it too.
Well, it's an exciting time for legal education.
Absolutely, and great to see University of Arizona with this new law tech program. It's great.
Well, we have a partner right up the street with ASU.
We'll work together. Great.